Do you know which act introduced hierarchy system and bicameral legislature in British India? So the answer is Government of India Act 1919. This act is also known as the Montagu-Chelmsford Reform. It was based on the Montagu Declaration of 20 August 1917, in which the policy of progressive realization of responsible government in India was announced. Now the question is, what is responsible government? एक ऐसी गवर्नमेंट जो पावर में तभी रह सकती है जब तक वहाँ के लोग उसे पसंद कर रहे हैं। मतलब अगर आप अपनी चुनी हुई सरकार को जब मर्जी गिरा सकते हो, ऐसे सिस्टम को रिस्पॉन्सिबल गवर्नमेंट कहा जाता है। Let's look at the background. So the first point is, in 1917, Edwin Montagu announced the policy of progressive realization of responsible government in India. The Montagu-Chelmsford report was published in 1918. Based on this report, the Government of India Act 1919 was passed in the British Parliament. And one more reason was that after World War I, इंडियन जो थे वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे पॉलिटिकल रिफॉर्म इन रिटर्न फॉर देयर सपोर्ट टू ब्रिटेन ड्यूरिंग द वॉर. सो एज अ रिजल्ट द ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट पास द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1919. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द प्रोविजन. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज डियार्की इन प्रोविंसेस. फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम डियार्की ड्यूअल गवर्नमेंट वॉज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन द प्रोविंसेस एंड प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट वर डिवाइडेड इंटू टू लिस्ट, transfer subject and a reserve subject. In transferred subject like education, public health, local self-government, agriculture, etc. These were administered by Indian minister responsible to the legislature. And in a reserve subject, it include law, order, policy, finance, revenue, irrigation, etc. These were administered by the governor with executive councillor. This hierarchy system was to be tried for 10 years. And the second point is bicameral legislature was introduced at center. One is Council of State, that is called upper house, and another is legislative assembly, that is called lower house. Council of State is a permanent body, total 60 member जिसमें से 33 इलेक्ट होके आएंगे और 27 नॉमिनेट होके आएंगे. एंड लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली 3 ईयर टर्म का है, टोटल 145 मेंबर जिसमें से 104 इलेक्ट होके आएंगे and 41 nominate होके आएंगे. And the next point is increased Indian representation. The number of elected members in both the central and provincial legislature was increased. Now a majority of the member in the legislative assembly were elected, 104 out of 145. अब बात करते हैं डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन की. Direct election to the legislative assembly were held for the first time under this act in 1920. In several provinces. In the central, election were indirect. And the next point is extension of franchise. Franchise was extended, but it remained very limited. Voting rights were based on property, tax payment, education, income, etc. Only about 3% of total population, around 50 lakh to 5 million people, were eligible to vote. And the next point is establishment of Public Service Commission. A Public Service Commission was provided for India. It was to be consulted on all matters of recruitment to public services. The first Public Service Commission was actually set up in 1926. Let's look at the provision. So the first point is separate communal electorate were continued and expanded to Sikh, Indian, Christian, Anglo-Indian, European, etc. Separation of Burma from India, establishment of a Labour Department, provision for the High Commissioner for India in London, continuation of the Office of Secretary of State for India. Let's look at the important points. So the first point is hierarchy was introduced only in the provinces, not at the center. And the second point, the Secretary of State for India, salary paid by the British government. And the Higher Commissioner for India in London, salary paid from Indian revenues. Let's look at the conclusion. So the Government of India Act 1919 was an important but limited step towards self-government in India. It introduced hierarchy in the provinces and increased Indian participation in legislature. But real power remained with the British. The act did not satisfy Indian aspiration and led the further demands for complete self-rule.